Hello, it's been quite a while since I told another chapter in the story of Treasure Island, but before I tell the next chapter, I wanted to show you a map of Treasure Island that was drawn by William Bones, the old pirate we saw in the beginning, uh, who stayed at the inn, the Benbow, for several months, and then unfortunately had a stroke and died. That was the beginning of the adventure. Now, here is the map that he drew. It's dated July 1754. That's almost 250 years ago, long time ago. In fact, it's over 250 years ago. And this drawing was then copied over by Jim Hawkins. And he left out the latitude and longitude, meaning he didn't want anyone to know exactly where Treasure Island is or was. Now here is the picture, and the picture unfortunately reverses, so this is backwards. It's not upside down, but it's backwards. So that if you look here, this is the compass. It's called the compass rosette because it looks a little bit like a rose, a little bit. And this end is north. This is south. This is west, and this is east towards the Atlantic Ocean. I think towards the Atlantic Ocean, out towards the ocean. And this is in towards probably, I think this is in the Americas somewheres, in the Caribbean. That's my guess. Here is Skeleton Island. Now this is where they spent most of the time of the first part of this story. Once they had landed and found Treasure Island, this is where they were. This is where they anchored the ship, and this is where you'll remember Jim set off on the coracle and cut the ship loose from its anchorage. Now, if you look, so this is. You can see these areas which are a little bit shaded along here. That's the area where the tide comes in and out. This area that's clear is deep water around. And over here he has numbers, which are backwards, unfortunately, which are measured in probably feet or fathoms. I'm not sure which. My guess is fathoms. A fathom is 6 feet, which is almost 2 meters. So when it says 10 meters, 10 fathoms, that's 600, that's 10 times 6 or 60 feet deep, which is that's about 20 meters deep. That's pretty deep water. That's deep enough to sail a ship in. Okay, looking up here is Mizzenmast Hill. Now the mizzenmast is the rearmost mast in a sailing ship. Here's a sailing ship. This is the mizzenmast at the stern of the ship, the back of the ship. This is the foremast at the front of the ship, the bow, and there's a little mast here sticking out called the bowsprit. And this is the main mast, which is in the middle. It's usually the tallest, and there's a flag on top of it, and here's the ship underneath. Now, this is Mizzenmast Hill. Remember, we mentioned there are 3 hills. Here is the swamp that Dr. Livesey talked about all the time was the swamp. There's a little stream that runs down, and as it spreads out, it becomes a swamp. And I believe this is the stockhouse, the blockade, where the blockhouse where Dr. Livesey, Squire Trelawney, and his servants and the captain all holed up there to protect themselves from the pirates. I believe the pirates probably stayed in this area by the swamp. It says here, this is where the most of the treasure will be found. That's where they buried most of the treasure. Now this hill is Spyglass Hill. That's the highest hill. Up here is the the northern inlet. This is the north part of the island. This is a little decoration, a couple of mermaids and sea creatures. This is the north of the island, and this side will be the west. This is I believe he called it Pine Tree Point or something. Hold on. Cape of the Woods. There's a kind of a forest of trees in this area, and this is a cape that sticks out. And along here on this side, you remember he said there was a white rock? Yes, the white rock that he talked about, which is where he found that little coracle, the little boat, was right